This is day 2 of the 2023 World Athletics Championships in Budapest, Hungary. Let's recap today's happenings. In the women's discus throw, Jamaica's Samantha Hall failed to advance to the finals. Hall had to settle for 12th place with her best mark in her first round attempt at 58.48 meters. Also failing to advance was Jamaica's national high jump champion Romaine Beckford. Beckford was unable to clear 2.25 meters. In the women's 400 meter heats, Nikisha Price is through to the women's 400 meter semifinals after winning her heat in a time of 50.38 seconds. Candice McLeod also advances after placing third with a time of 50.37 seconds. This heat was won by Poland's Natalia Kaczmarek in 50.02 seconds, and in second was Cynthia Bolingo of Belgium in 50.29 seconds. Cherokee Young placed sixth in 51.24 seconds in Heat 6. Young qualifies for the semifinals with one of the fastest times outside of the top 3 from each heat. This heat was won by Marilady Paulino of the Dominican Republic. If you recall, Paulino is last year's World Championship silver medalist, so things should get even more interesting as they progress through the rounds. In the men's 400 meter heats, in Heat 1, Stephen Gardner from the Bahamas won in 44.65 seconds. In Heat 2, Wade Van Niekerk took the win in 44.57 seconds. Heat 3 was won by Norwegian in Valdsen in a national record of 44.39 seconds. Heat 4 won by Grenada's Kirani James in 44.91 seconds. Japan's Sato was second in 44.97 seconds, and Bailey of Jamaica third in 44.98 seconds, securing their spots in the semifinals. In Heat 5, Antonio Watson of Jamaica took the win in 44.77 seconds, and in second was Quincy Hall of the United States. And last but not least, for the men's 400 meters, in Heat 6, Ndori of Botswana won in 44.72 seconds. Alexander Doom was second in a new personal best of 44.92 seconds, and in third was Zandrian Barnes of Jamaica in 45.05 seconds to qualify. Moving on to the men's 400 meter hurdles heats. In Heat 1, Alison dos Santos of Brazil won in 48.12 seconds. Heat 2, Myron McMaster in 48.47 seconds. And Heat 3 was won by Hapio in 48.63 seconds. Warholm was also in this heat and he placed second in 48.76 seconds. In Heat 4, Germany's Abuaku won in 48.32 seconds. Rashawn Clark of Jamaica placed third in 48.39 seconds. He did struggle just a little bit along the back straight. I'm not sure what was happening with him there. Nevertheless, he secured a spot in the semifinals. In Heat 5, Rai Benjamin took the win in 48.35 seconds, while Jahil Hyde of Jamaica was second in 48.63 seconds. Hyde was leading for the most part of the race but started to tire over the final few meters. Nonetheless, a heartfelt run there by Jahil Hyde, the Jamaican. Unfortunately, Asini Wilson was unable to finish his 400 meter hurdles heat after suffering a hamstring injury during the warm-up. Team doctor Dr. Warren Blake confirmed that an ultrasound would be done at the facility's medical center, and of course we're wishing Wilson a speedy recovery. The women's 100 meters, All four Jamaican ladies, Shericka Jackson, Shelley and Fraser Price, Natasha Morrison, and Shasha Lee Forbes are through to the semi-finals. Mary-Jose Talu won her heat, along with Julian Alfred, Jackson, Fraser Price, and Richardson. They all won their respective heats as well. For more information in details on the times ran, placement for all the heats, feel free to check out the women's 100-meter heats recap uploaded earlier today. The link will be pinned in the comment section below just in case you need to check that video out. On to the men's 110-meter hurdles heats. In Heat 1, Hansel Parchment won in 13.30 seconds. A horrible start by Parchment, I must say. Nevertheless, the Olympic champion came through with a good enough comeback to take the win. In Heat 2, Willem Belancion of France won in 13.31 seconds. Heat 3 was won by Louis Francois Mendy of Senegal, and I must add that this was a heart-wrenching loss for Team Jamaica's Rashid Broadbell, who stumbled over the penultimate hurdle. That was super sad. My heart goes out to Broadbell. I was really looking forward to seeing him medal this year, and I know his fans were as well. However, the bright side is he is only 23 years old, so it's not too late for him to make a comeback on the world stage, especially with the Paris 2024 Olympics coming up next year. So unfortunate though, unfortunately, Broadbell finished last in 17.70 seconds. In Heat 4, Grant Holloway took the win in 13.18 seconds. Orlando Bennett placed 5th in 13.39 seconds, securing a spot in the next round as well. In Heat 5, Tado Jora of Great Britain won in 13.32 seconds. Takayama of Japan was second and Roberts was third in 13.36 seconds. Akeelia Smith finished 11th in the women's long jump finals with her best jump at 6.51 meters. In the women's 1500 meter semi-final, Adele Tracy failed to secure a spot in the finals of the women's 1500 meters after placing 7th in a new national record of 3 minutes 58.77 seconds. Faith Kipyegon actually won this semi-final in 3 minutes 55.14 seconds, which isn't at all surprising since she is in fact the world record holder. Joshua Cheptegei won the men's 10,000 meter final in a marvelous season's best 27 minutes 51.42 seconds. Canada's Ethan Katzberg smashed a national record in the men's hammer throw final to claim the gold in 81.25 meters. On to the men's 100 meter semi-final and final round. In semi-final 1, Noah Lyles won in 9.87 seconds. Brown was second and Omanyala third in 10.01 seconds. Watson of Jamaica failed to advance, placing 6th in 10.07 seconds. Semi-final 2 was won by Coleman in 9.88 seconds. Hughes was second in 9.93 seconds, while Raheem Ford of Jamaica was third with a personal best of 9.95 seconds. That was actually a good run, especially because there was a false start at the beginning of the race that kinda intensified things just a bit. In semi-final 3, Oblique Seville took the win. Oblique Seville got a good enough start and finished in 9.90 seconds. Let's See Letobogo was second in 9.98 seconds, and this definitely edged out Fred Curley, who was third in 10.02 seconds. On to the final round of the men's 100 meters. This was without a doubt a nail-biting race, I must say. This men's 100 meter finals ended in an interesting twist too. Noah Lyles won in a new world's lead and personal best of 9.83 seconds. Letsile Tobogo of Botswana placed second in 9.88 seconds, a national record and a new personal best for Tobogo. That's really good, wow. Here's the twist. Zarnell Hughes and Oblique Seville also ran this time as well. 9.88 seconds. However, Hughes placed third and Oblique Seville was, for the second time around, fourth, literally missing a medal by milliseconds. It is a little disappointing that Seville didn't medal this time around. He had a good start, however. A few mistakes cost him a spot on the podium. Very good effort nonetheless, and very good performance by these athletes. I am super proud to have witnessed such pride and sportsmanship. They represented their countries and themselves so well. With that said, let's have a quick look at the medal table so far. The United States is leading with 6 medals so far, 3 gold, 2 silver, and 1 bronze. Spain in second with 2 golds. Ethiopia in third with 4 medals, 1 gold, 1 silver, 2 bronze. Great Britain 3 of each, and the list goes on, of course. After the men's 100 meters, Oblique Seville explained his performance and the conversations he had with his coach Glenn Mills. Before I share that audio, let me remind you that this was day 2 of the 2023 World Athletics Championships in Budapest, Hungary. Go ahead and leave all your thoughts of today's events below. And until next time, thanks for watching.
Excellent. To the last part of my race wasn't that good, but as my coach always told me, it's always the milliseconds that separate us, and I think that what separates me from getting a bronze medal, a third medal. So it's just for me to come back next year, which was the Olympics, and try to do better than this year. Well, everyone was close at the line, and I think that I should have held my technique a little bit more because I dipped very early, which actually cost me.